Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain train ticket booking system using Java and collections. Mainly, I'm going to make use of linked list or array list to store and retrieve the data. So let's begin. So first of all, let me create a new Java project. So I'm creating a Java project. Let's say the project name is train reservation system. And inside this project, I'm creating one package. Let's say new package here. The package name, let's say com.train.booking. For the sake of simplicity, I'm not taking multiple packages such as one package separately for DTO, separate package for DAO, nothing as such. Okay, I'm not following any layered architecture, just taking all classes in one single package. Okay, so now I'm creating one new class. So the class name is train. So this train class contains the details such as train number, train name, from station to station, and other details. So let me declare the variables relevant. Okay, private integer, train number. So this is the number train number. And then let me declare other details such as train name, and then from station to station, and other details from station, and then to station, and then private integer number of seats that are available in this train. Okay, let's say number of seats that are available, and let's say we want to declare the fare. So we can take the fare as double, but I'm taking integer. That's not a big problem for now. And then I want to also declare the date of journey, that is local date, DOJ, date of journey. This local date is a class from Java 8 version. So we need to import that from java.time package. You see here, it is imported. And if anyone is new to local date, this is from version 8 of Java. Let me demonstrate you quickly in a public static void main method here. So I'm creating one main method temporarily. After demonstrating local date, how it looks like, I will delete the main method. So local date, let's say D1 is equal to local date dot now. There are so many static methods available inside the local date class. So this particular statement will create an object of the local date class, the now method. It's a static method. So this D1 now contains the system date. The system date is currently 2nd February 2022. So if you print this D1, you can see it prints the system date D1. And apart from this one, we can add and deduct minus the dates for this one. For example, I'm taking one more local date object as D2. To this D2, what I'm doing is D1 dot plus days of 2 days I'm adding. So, and then D2 will be 2 days added to D1. You can see that how it looks like. So this is true. Okay. And by default, it prints the date in the format such as 4 Ys, Y, dash month, and then date, something like this one you can see. So this is the D1 object. So this is the date, this is the month, and this is the year. To this D1, I have added plus days of 2, that became 4, and that's how the local date looks like. Now that said, local date has been explained to some beginner level. I'm deleting that the main method, no more required for now. And these are the details that we want to store regarding a train. All these details of a particular train will be stored in one collection that we'll see in the next few minutes. Now I want to create one parameterized constructor and default constructor, as well as getters and setters for this one. So let's say I'm creating all these constructors, and then sorry, getters and setters. So select all, and then I'm creating. Okay, and this is how it looks like. So let me select so getters and setters, and now the train.java class is ready. As I already told you, I'm taking only single package, no layered architecture, to simplify, because some people may not be familiar with the layered architecture like service layer, DAO layer, and other layers. Okay, if anyone wants to understand the layered architecture, please do mention in the comment section. I will explain you. And then let me create another class called train service. Okay, so in this train service class, we use it to provide various methods, such as finding trains between two given stations on a specific date. And of course, we want to perform train booking, and all of the details will be mentioned. So in order to search for the trains, first of all, we need to store the trains in the database. Since in this example, I'm not going to make use of the GDBC connection, I'm going to store the train details inside a linked list. Say, for example, I want to take one static list. So list of train, and here I take the list name as all trains is equal to new linked list. Okay, so new linked list. So now this is done. So in order to fasten the explanation, I'm explaining a little fast. You can reduce the speed and watch it if it is fast. Also, you can ask me the doubts in the comment section. I will revert to your doubts. So this is the list all trains. This is the all trains collection, which is currently empty linked list. We need to add train objects of the train class into this all trains. For example, you can see I want to add this data, something like this one. The first one is object number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 6 objects of the train class I want to add into this all trains linked list. So let me do that. So I will add this code inside the static block. So the static block is executed automatically when a specific dot class file is loaded into memory. We don't have to do anything like method call or something similar because the static block is already executed automatically. So if you're not convenient or comfortable with core Java topics, some topics of core Java, you can please watch my complete core Java tutorial. Okay, so it's an in-depth tutorial with all 100 hands-on code examples. Now let me add the trains into all trains collection. All trains dot add. Into this one, I want to add a new train object. So while adding this new train object, I want to choose the parameterized constructor. So into the first parameter is the train number, train name, from station to station, the number of seats that are available in this particular train, and the fare to travel from this station to this station, and then the date of the journey we want to travel. So here let me add these details, not exactly these details or closely the same details I will add into the collection. Now please watch. So the train number is 101 and train name is train -1, and then from station, let's say it is Hyderabad, and this to station, let's say it is Bangalore, and then the number of seats, let's say 100, and the fare, let's say 800, and the date, local date dot now. If you want to add days to this one, we can do that, but for now I'm taking everything system date. So one train is added to the collection. I'm adding 6 trains. Okay, so this is train number 2, something like this one, and this is train number 2. The name of the train is train 2, and this train travels from Bangalore back to Hyderabad, for example, and this one also has the same number of seats, such as 100 seats, and the fare is back the same fare. And this way I have added 2 trains, something like this one, Hyderabad to Bangalore and Bangalore to Hyderabad, 101 and 2, something like this one. Of course, here the fare is 700. In the code example, I've chosen the fare as 800. Now this way I will add a few 4 more trains. This is train number 3. Okay, and the train name is train 3, and this will travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore, but the number of seats in this train, let's say some 80, and let's say this is an ordinary train. The fare is kind of 600 rupees, and then I will copy and paste this one. Let's say this is train number 4, and the train number is 104. It travels from Bangalore. It travels from Bangalore to Hyderabad, and this is again the same passenger train, normal train. The fare is 600. So as we know, there will be more than one train to travel between stations. So in this case, we have two trains from Hyderabad to Bangalore and two trains from Bangalore to Hyderabad. But the difference is the fare as well as the number of seats available. And the date of journey is the same for all the cases. As I told, you can modify that based on your requirement. Now I'm taking this one as train number 5. This is train 5, and this will travel from Hyderabad to Chennai. And let's say there are 100 seats inside this one, and the price is 900. And I will take a return train to this one. This train number is 106, and the train name is train 6. And here this will travel Chennai to Hyderabad, and the number of seats are 100, and this is how. So altogether, now the data is stored in one linked list. The name of the list is all trains, and all the data is stored inside this one. When this class is loaded, we get this list populated with all these train objects inside that. Now we need to add one method to find a train based on the train number. So let's add that. So before that, I want to add one constructor to this train class. Let's say constructor, default constructor. Now I'm adding one method, public static train find train, and the input to this one is train number. We give the train number as input to this find train method, and this find train method will loop across all these objects inside the all trains collection and will return us the matching train as an object. So I'm taking one train object temporary is equal to null, and then I'm going for the loop train T colon all trains. So from all trains, what we do is from this one, we will get each next train into T every time the loop is iterated. So we need to compare the train number of this T object by using the getter method, and then we compare that value with this train number. And if it is matched, we need to store that one into this temporary and then break it. You see how it looks like. If T dot get train number, if it matches with the train number that what we have actually given, what we need to do is temp is equal to T. And since we already found the matching train, we don't want to continue the execution of the loop. Therefore, we use the break statement here. And then here after the for loop, we need to return that object that we found. So this is the found train. Now we can get one train based on the train number input. Now this is completed, and let's add one more method to this train service. That is, we want to add the method that searches a list of trains between two given stations on a specific date for the specific number of seats. So let us do that one. You please watch what I'm doing. Let me type it here. So let's say public static void search trains between stations, and this is the method. And to this method, we want to give the parameters such as from which station, and then to which station, and then local date, date of journey, and for how many seats, integer number of seats. Okay, so here this method will take 4 parameters from Hyderabad, for example, to Bangalore, for example, and date of journey, for example, today. And then I want to book 10 seats. So I need to check all these 4 parameters in this particular trains collection. For each and every train given inside this list, I need to check from station to station, and if the date of journey matches and the number of seats, whether they are available or not. I need to check these 4 conditions, and I will need to display that. So I will take one temporary list. You please watch, first of all, how do we start the loop. train T colon all trains. From this all trains, we will get the next train, for example, into this T. For example, this is the list of trains. First time when the loop is executed, we get this one into T, and T dot these four details will compare, and then the loop goes to the next one, and then the loop goes to the next train. Like that, every time the loop is executed, the current object T will be the next available train. So we need to check the details. So if T dot get from station dot equals of from station. So this T dot get from station will give us the from station that is stored, that is, for example, Hyderabad. This Hyderabad we are comparing with this from station. So this is again Hyderabad that we will supply from the main program, that is public static void main program. So here this is how we do that. This way we need to compare all four details. We need to compare get to station dot equals, and here I need to mention to station, something like this one. Again, I need to check T dot get date of journey, whether it is same as I have the same thing in the database. And once again, and T dot get available seats, that is seats available, if it is greater than the number of seats that I actually wanted to book, and something like this one. So here I'm comparing from station to station, date of journey, and if I'm checking if the number of seats that are actually available, if it is greater than the number of seats that are being actually booked for. So this is how I'm checking. So here I check this one. If all these four conditions match, that means, for example, currently, let's say we are here. Currently, let's say the pointer is currently at here, and then the input is Hyderabad to Bangalore, and the number of seats I asked for is 10. So there are 100 seats available on the system date, February 1st. So all these four conditions match to my input. So what I need to do is I need to store this train object 101 into one temporary list. So here what I do is I will declare one temporary list, search train list dot add of T. So where this search train list is another linked list object that we'll create in the same method. You see here list of train, and then you see this one is equal to new linked list, in new linked list. So into this list we will add it. So this way all the matching trains whose from station to station and whatever the date of journey and the number of seats available, all those things will be added to this temporary list. And once this for loop is completed, we need to display the list of trains that match the given condition. So what I'm doing in this case, you please watch. So after the for loop, I need to print some details like train number, TR number /T, and let's say train name /T, and then from station. This is the heading I'm printing here, from station /T, and then to station /T, and then seats seats available, let's say date of journey, let's say date of journey, and then /T, and then seats available /T, and again fare, something like this one is what I want to print. After printing this one, I want to print one empty line, and after that I want to print the actual search trains list. So this one, all the trains which match the search condition will be stored here. So we need to loop each and every train inside this list and print the details. So let's do that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one more for loop for train T colon search train list. From this one I get each and every train, so I need to print that. Okay, system dot out dot printf. So this is kind of the C language printf command. Okay, printf function. So this is the first one. So the first one, I want to take it as percentile 4D. Okay, so 4 characters that it has to occupy the width, 4 characters width. Okay, so for this one, I want to say T dot get train number. It's not train name. T dot get train number. And for the second one, I want to make the train name as percentile 20S. So I want to provide the width of 20 characters for the train name. So 20S, and it's like T dot get train name, and then a comma here. Sorry. And for the third one is from station. I will give from station again some 15S, and here what I will give is T dot get from station, and here percentile S, again percentile 15S. So this one will be for 2 station, T dot get 2 station, and then 15S, and the number of date of journey percentile let's say percentile 12S. I will take this one as date of journey, comma T dot get date of journey, comma, and then we have the seats available, which is an integer, percentile 4D. This one is for this one, T dot get seats available, and one more percentile let's say 5D. This is for fare, so I'm taking this one, comma T dot get fare, something like this one. So I'm doing this one something else. So here what we are doing is we are simply finding each and every train and then storing it here, or something like this one. You can watch it something. So before printing this particular details, we need to check whether there are matching trains or not. If there are no matching trains, we should print the message no matching trains available. So let me do that. So I will cut this one. So first of all, I search the size of this search list, search train list dot size. If it is 0, which means there are no matching trains, I need to print something like sorry, no matching trains available, no matching trains available for the search criteria, for the search criteria. Else part, we have to do whatever code that we did. And this is how we can search the trains. Let's go ahead and check whether this logic is working as expected. So I will create one main class, that is the train main. So I'm creating a new Java class, and that class name is train main. Inside this main class, I'm creating one main method. Now inside this main method, I want to execute this search trains between station method of this class, that is train service. So because that is a static method, we don't require to create object. So train service dot search trains between stations. I want to search for the trains between from station as Hyderabad and to station as Bangalore, and then the date of journey as today's date, local date dot now, and the number of seats I want to search for, I want to book 10 seats. So altogether, the conclusion is I want to list all the trains traveling between Hyderabad and Bangalore on this particular date, and for those trains where the available seats are greater than 10. Now let's see if this one is working as expected. Before that, I want to do one /n command here. I want to use one /n new line, and then if something is required, we'll correct it and see how it looks like. Okay, so we have this one data printed, train number, train name, from station to station, date of journey, seats available is 100 available, and this is the fare. Of course, this can be adjusted. That requires some spacing. That is not a big deal. I think you can do that. And now we have this 101 and 103. Two trains are available between traveling between Hyderabad and Bangalore. And the seats available in train number 101 is 100 and its fare is 800. And the seats available in train number 103 is 80 and its fare is 600. Now, after the number of tickets are booked, we need to deduct the number of seats that we book here. We'll see that one also in the next parts of the code. And let's see, give some condition that does not actually match. Now, let's say this one has Bangalore and Hyderabad. Bangalore, and then this one has written as Hyderabad. And now let's see how many trains are available. Now run this application again. We will again see there are two trains, train 2 and train 4, traveling between Bangalore and Hyderabad, and the seats are 100. Now let's see something between Hyderabad and Chennai. So let's do that. Hyderabad and then Chennai, something like this one. So I want to book the seats. Now we have only one train, if you remember. There is only one train that is traveling between Hyderabad and Chennai on this specific date, and the fare is 900. The seats available are 100. Now let's say I want to check for the train on the next day. Okay, dot plus days dot plus days of 1. So this will take us to the next date from this system date, and there is no train available on this date. You see, sorry, kind of a message, no matching trains available for the search condition. So this way, we can, even though if you give the date as same, for example, today's date, and I want to book 110 seats. This is the number of seats as 110. So this one is there, but the train is available, but the seats are not available. Now you can see, sorry, message again. So sorry, no matching trains available. Similarly, you want to search for maybe 10 seats, but you want to search for a train between Hyderabad and Mumbai. You can search for that one. Let's say right click and then run. We see this one. So sorry, no matching trains available. Something less. So let's go back to the original first search between Hyderabad and Bangalore. And now we will be able to see two trains traveling between Hyderabad and Bangalore, and each of them have 100 seats and 80 seats respectively, and the fare is 800 and 600, something like this one. So this is how we perform the train search option. Now let's continue with the next option. Now let's add one more method to the train service class. The method is book tickets. Okay, let me scroll down here and let me add the method here, book tickets method. It's public static void book tickets. So in order to book the tickets, we need some information such as the train number and the other details of the train. So we'll take it as train number to which we want to book the tickets. And also we need to, fill the details of the passengers, such as passenger name, passenger age. Okay, for example, each passenger in a single ticket, for example, this is one single ticket. Okay, so in a single ticket, there can be more than one passenger traveling. This is passenger details 1, and then passenger details 2, and then passenger details 3, something like this. So if you consider this black colored box as one single ticket, which contains details of 3 passengers, passenger 1, 2, and 3. So that means in order to perform ticket booking, we need to pass a list of passengers. So therefore, I take it as list and then passenger. So this list contains the objects of the passenger class. And because the passenger class does not exist, we need to create it. So we can create it by placing the mouse here, and we can choose this option, create class passenger. This is one way we can create it. Okay, so let me create it, and this will prompt us in the package com.train.booking, and it's going to create the class passenger. If I click the finish button, we get something like this one. So what I do is I will declare a few variables here, passenger ID, name. Let's say this is passenger name, and then private integer passenger age. So in order to book the tickets, the passenger has to pay for the ticket. So the passenger needs a bank account. So therefore, we'll create one bank account class here. So right click here and then create a new class. The class name is bank account. And this bank account class has the variables such as account number and account balance. So integer account number and then private integer account balance. Usually account balance, we take it as double data type, but that's okay for now. And apart from the account number and account balance, let me generate the getters and setters, as well as the let me declare a few methods for performing the deposit, withdraw, something else. So public void deposit. So inside this one, I'm taking one variable amount, and this deposit method will add this input parameter amount to this existing account balance. So let me add the addition here. So something like this one. I'm not going to strict calculations, just simple things I'm currently making use of. And I copy pasted the deposit method to change it to withdraw method, wherein the amount can be withdrawn from the bank account. And then I want to declare one more method that shows the available balance. Let's say show balance, and in here I say something like this one. No parameters inside here. Let's say account balance is equal to, and then account balance, something like this one. So far what we did is we declared a method called book tickets, and this book tickets method has two parameters, train number and list of passengers. We created a passenger class with passenger ID, passenger name, and age. And we also created a bank account class which contains account number, account balance, and the methods such as deposit, withdraw, and show balance. Now we need to declare an object of the bank account class inside the passenger class. Private bank account and then bank account. So when we say something like this one, it can be understood something like this. So let's say we have one passenger object inside which there is one bank account object. So this bank account object internally it has the variables such as account number and account balance, something like this one. So this is account number and something like account balance, something like this one, which contains the account balance that belongs to this particular passenger. So that is how we have this one. So now let's generate the getters and setters and constructors required. So let me generate a constructor from super class. Then I'm generating constructor using fields, and then I'm generating getters and setters. Okay, so now so far the passenger class and the bank account class is ready. Now let's come back to the book tickets method. So into this book tickets method, let's say we want to call this method from inside the main method. So because this is a static method, let's come back to the main method. So we need to call it something like this one. You please watch. Train service dot book tickets. So here, in order to book the tickets, we need to pass two parameters. The first parameter is the name of the train, the number of the train number. And here we need to pass a linked list object or an array list object, whatever. So first of all, we need to create that. So what I'm doing is I'm creating one bank account object. Bank account B1 equal to new bank account. So to this bank account, I want to set the account number and account balance. B1 dot set account number as 999, and then B1 dot set account balance as per 10,000, for example. And we have created one bank account object, and then I'm creating three passenger objects. Okay, passenger P1 is equal to new passenger, And to this passenger, I'm using passenger ID as 10. The passenger name, let's say I'm giving my name there. My name is Ravi. Okay, passenger, and this age, I'm giving some blind age. Let's say some blind age I'm giving there, and the bank account is B1, something like this one. So, and this way we can give other passenger details such as passenger, and then let's say this is passenger ID is 20, and let's say this is Scott, and then some age, let's say some age, and this bank account object, and then another one, this is let's say this is again age, some age, and then this is Smith, and then I take it as passenger P3. Now if you notice, to all the passenger objects P1, P2 and P3, the bank account object that we have given is same, because there can be more than one customer to the same bank account. All of them handle the same bank account object, something like this one is there. Now I need to store all these passenger class objects into one list, something like this one. You please watch. Okay, I'm taking list of passenger, and then passenger list is equal to new linked list, something like this one. Now here what we need to do is we need to add this to this passenger list. We need to add this P1, P2 and P3. So I say passenger list dot add of P1. Okay, and then I copy it. I mean, there are multiple ways to do this, but I'm using the simplest one because everyone may not know all other possible ways. So I have added these 3 passengers to this passenger list. Now when I say train service dot book tickets 101, and a list of passengers I'm passing, so this book tickets method will get executed. So if you come back here, this method will execute. So this will take 101, and this will take P1, P2, P3 inside this particular passenger list. Now in order to perform actual booking process, what we need to do is we need to perform 3 steps. Okay, step number 1 is we need to deduct, we need to subtract the train fare for all passengers together, from the bank account object, something like this one. Step number 1. And then step number 2, we need to subtract the number of tickets that are being booked, the number of tickets that are being booked from the actual tickets available, number of tickets, from actual available number of tickets. So this is another step we need to do. And then step number 3, after booking is completed, then we need to let's say add one entry, or you can call it one record into the tickets database, because we don't have a tickets database, because we are not using database connection such as JDBC. We need to store it inside the tickets collection such as linked list or array list or relevant. So in this simple case, it does not matter what we take it. We can take array list or linked list or anything else. But in reality, we choose wisely which one is actually required. So in step number 1, we need to deduct the balance from the passenger's bank account and also add that amount, deducted amount, into the train number related bank account. Okay, but I'm not going to use the second option of adding that balance to the train's account. I'm just deducting from them. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to calculate the fare for all the list of passengers. So how many passengers are there? We don't know. For that one, we need to get the size from this one. So what we need to do is integer number of seats is equal to passengers list dot size. So this will give us the number of seats that we actually need to book. So how do we know this passengers list? This is coming from the main method. If you look here, so passengers list. So this passenger list has P1, P2, P3, and therefore this passenger list dot size will result to number of seats as 3, something like this one. So this is 1 point. And the next thing what we need to do is we need to get the account that belongs to this passenger for one of these passengers. So first of all, I get one account. So bank account B1, bank account temporary account is equal to passenger list. So passenger list dot get of 0th index. So this will give us I'm sorry, this is not, this will get us the passenger temp passenger temp passenger is equal to this one. And so this particular thing will get us the passenger at the 0th index. So this passenger list is a list of 3 passengers. If you look at the main program, so this is a passenger list. It has three passengers, P1, P2, and then P3 available, right? So in this case, we have P1, P2, and P3 available. So in this case, 0th index is this P1. So what happens is, in this particular statement, we get P1 into this one. So this temp passenger, every passenger object internally has one bank account object. So this is the bank account object. So if you consider, let's say this is the passenger list, inside which we have three passenger objects. So this is object number 1, and this is object number 2, and this is object number 3, for example. And this is index 0, index 1, and index 2. So what will happen is, when we execute this particular method, passenger list dot get of 0, so this particular one will give us a pointer to this 0th index passenger. So from this 0th index passenger, we need to get its internal bank account object. So how do we do that? So something like this one is what we do. Bank account is equal to temporary passenger dot get bank account. So when this statement is executed, this account will be a pointer to this internal bank account object, to this 0th passenger index inside the list. So altogether, this one can then be from this one integer available. What I can do is, on this one, I need to on this account internally, it has some balance available, such as 10,000. So to this 10,000, I have to withdraw the fare that calculates to 3 seats. So then how do I get the fare? So I need to get the actual fare. So int actual train fare, int actual fare is equal to, so I need to get the actual fare. So in order to get the actual fare for the train is available in this train number. So in order to find the fare of this train number, first of all, I need to find a train for this train number. So how do I do that? So temp train is equal to, what I do is, if you remember, there is one method that gives us a find train method. So that takes the train number and returns us this train. So how do I do that? So here what I do is, I will give the find train method here. To this find train method, I will give the train number as input. So this train number, for example, 101 is given. It will find this 101, and we get this entire first record as an object into this train method. So into this temporary train. So to this temporary train, using the get fare method. So we have the fare available, the last column, the last piece of information. We have the fare available. So what I do is, integer actual fare is equal to temporary train dot get fare. Now, when this statement is executed, this actual fare contains what? 700. If you look at this one, we get 700. Now, in this one, we get 10,000. Sorry, we get the account, and from get balance will get us 10,000, something like this one. So these two lines I can write using one single statement. I'm going to source and then add block comment. I'm commenting this one. So how do I do that? Please watch here. So here, what I'm doing is bank account is equal to passenger list dot get of zeroth dot get bank account. So get of zero, passenger list, some typing mistake, passenger list dot get of zero dot get bank account. Now this is completed in one statement. Similarly, this can also be done using one single statement. I'm commenting this one and then I will change it to single statement. So how do I do that? So integer, actual integer, maybe I take it as fare instead of actual fare. So this is fare. So I take it as fare is equal to, and then I say find train dot train number. Maybe I'll take it, sorry, let it be, we need it for two more requirements. So let's not do this one for one line. So this can be something. So I take this variable name as fare, something like this one is there. Now I get the fare. So once the fare is available, I need to calculate the total fare required by the number of passengers. So here integer total fare is equal to actual fare is fare multiplied by the number of seats. So this is how we get it. So now the fare is 700 and the number of seats is 3, and this one will result to 2100, 2100. Now this 2100 need to be withdrawn from this account, So account dot withdraw of this total fare. So in reality, we will check the bank available balance and all that stuff, and then we'll throw an exception. For now, I'm not using all that stuff. Now this is a step number one. We need to subtract, we need to deduct the subtract the train fare for all passengers together from the bank account. So from the customer's account, from the passenger's account, the fare amount has been subtracted. So this is how we do that. Once the amount has been subtracted from the passenger's account, we need to add that amount to the train bank account. But for now, I'm not using that step. I'm just ignoring that step. Okay, so step number one is completed. Now let's go to the step number two. So we need to subtract the number of tickets that are being booked. So the number of tickets, the number of seats, it's not tickets, the number of seats that are being, the numbers that are being booked from the actual number of tickets available, seats available. So the actual number of seats available on this train is available in this temporary train. So what I need to do is I need to find, so temporary train dot set seats available to, what we need to do is we have to get and then we have to deduct it. So what we need, temporary train dot get seats available minus number of seats, So in this particular statement, what happens is this portion will give us the existing seats available for this temporary train. So this temporary train is the object that we are finding using this particular train number. So we get, for example, 100 and minus a number of seats. In our example case, what we are considering is 3 passengers. Therefore, it will be 3 seats. So then this will set it to 97, something like that. So that is the step number 2. So we have deducted the balance, the payment has been done, and the seats, the availability has been blocked. So this is kind of blocking seats for that. And finally, what we need to do is we need to add one entry into the tickets collection or the tickets database. In reality, we have the database storage available, but for now we are not using that. So in order to store the details into the ticket collection, we need to add the code something like this one, assuming that we have a ticket service class, ticket service dot add new ticket, something like this one we have to do. So to this add new, so we need to create this class. Let's go ahead and create this class. In order to create that class, what we can do is we can place the mouse pointer here and choose this option, create ticket service class. Otherwise, we can manually go ahead and create. So let me create that in a manual way. So I'm creating a new class, and the class name is ticket service class. Inside the ticket service class, we need one static method. So let's say this is a train service. Inside the ticket, we need to have one static method. So we can place the mouse pointer here and we can create the method. Of course, I'm going and creating it manually. So what I'm doing is public static void add new ticket, something like this one. So here in this case, this method will be executed from inside the book tickets method of the train service class, something like this one. So to this add new ticket, we need to pass three pieces of information. That is the what do you say? We need to pass three pieces of information. That is the PNR number and the train number, and the passenger list, Three things we need to pass. So here what we need to do is inside this method we need to declare three parameters. Let's go to the ticket service, this one. So let's add three methods here: integer PNR, and then list of integer train number, comma, list of passenger, and then passenger list, something like this one. So here we need to import this list, something like this one. Now we have the ticket service available here, and then when the train service, this method is executed, we need to pass three pieces of information. So we can optionally skip this PNR from here, and also from that place we can add it from the ticket service directly. We'll do that, see how it looks like. So altogether, this piece of information we need to add to the tickets. So here what we need to do is we need to come here and declare a list of ticket collection. So private list of ticket, and then tickets, all tickets. I say it as all tickets is equal to new linked list or array list, doesn't matter, as I told you already. So and then I say something like this one. Now here this all tickets is a tickets collection wherein we store all the tickets that are booked. Each ticket contains passengers. So here this ticket class does not exist. So I need to create it by placing the mouse pointer on this place, or I can also go ahead and here also I can create a new class here, and the class name, let's say ticket. So the ticket class contains a few details such as PNR number, train details, and other things. Integer PNR number, I can say it as private, and then let's say private train. Okay, that the train. Let's say the name as booked train, the train that is booked, and then private let's say passenger list. Okay, passenger, sorry, not this one, list of passengers, passenger, and then this is passenger list. So we need to import this one, java.util.list, and this is completed. And then we need to generate the constructors, getters, and setters wherever applicable. So let's say I go to the default constructor, something like this one, and let's say source, and generate let's say a constructor using fields, and then I want to generate getters and setters. So let's say generating getters and setters. Now the ticket class is ready, which has the PNR number, the train for which the PNR belongs, and the list of passengers that belong to this particular ticket. So what we need to do inside the ticket service, this is all tickets. So this will contain all the tickets booked by the passengers. So when this add new ticket is executed from inside the add new ticket of the so this particular place, what we need to do is, so inside this add new ticket, we need to add these details, train number, passenger list, etc. into. So to this one we need to add sorry about that, so the ticket service. So inside this method we need to add one ticket object into this all tickets. So I need to add something like this one, all tickets dot add, so something like this one, all tickets dot add, something like this one. I need to add it. I think there is one error. This is the static variable. Okay, static. Then all tickets dot add. Inside this add method, I need to pass an object of the ticket class. In order to pass the object of the ticket class, I need to create it, new ticket or something like this one. So while creating the ticket, I use the parameterized constructor. So I have three parameters here. The first parameter is PNR number. and the train object for which the ticket is booked, and the list of passengers that belong to this ticket. So here, in this case, we don't know the PNR number. So the PNR number should be automatically generated. For that reason, what we do is we'll take one variable integer PNR is equal to from this one we'll get the size, and that will give us the size of the available tickets, the number of tickets that are available. To that one we add +1. So let's say all tickets dot size. So this all tickets dot size will give us let's say there are 10 tickets available, size will give us 10. So let's take +1 as a PNR. So the PNR will then take it as 11. So this is the PNR number that we have generated automatically. And this booked train, we need to find the train and then do that. So what I do is I take one train object here, train temp train is equal to is equal to inside the train service method we have one find train method. If you look at the previous program, this is the find train method. So this one takes the train number. So here what we can do is train service dot find train, to the train number we give that one. So in this case we take this as the this one will give us this one. So let me take this variable as booked train, and this will take the booked train, and the passenger list that comes from this one. Altogether the ticket object is taking, constructor is taking 3 parameters. Let me open ticket.java file. So ticket.java, the PNR number that we have automatically calculated using the size +1, and then we found the train based on the train number, and this is the passenger list. So all these things will fall into this ticket service, something like this one, all tickets dot add. Now after this one we can just say simple one message, tickets booked successfully, tickets booked successfully, ticket booked successfully. Now the tickets have been booked, and apart from booking the tickets, we also want to provide the details of the ticket. For that one, what we can do, we'll take one extra method. So let's say the method name is show ticket details for a given PNR. So let's say public static void show ticket details, integer PNR number. So for a specific PNR, so we give the PNR number and we should get the details such as the train number, train name, okay, from station to station, and the list of the passengers who are all traveling in that ticket, etc. So in order to do this one, first of all, we need to find a ticket based on this PNR number. So where do we have all the tickets available? Inside all tickets collection. So first of all, we need to find the ticket. So what I do is ticket temp ticket is equal to null. I take it null in here, and then to this temporary ticket I will map a ticket that matches this PNR from this all tickets collection. So what I do, you watch here. So for ticket T colon all tickets, from here what I need to do is if T dot get PNR, if it matches with the PNR that is there inside the method parameter. So if this PNR matches with this PNR, nothing but this PNR, I need to map that one to this temporary ticket T is equal to T, and then I need to break from the loop. And once I find this ticket, this temporary ticket will now contain the details such as passenger list as well as the train details. So first of all, I am printing, this is the for loop that is completed. Now I need to print the details. Okay, so for that, first of all, what I'm doing is system dot, okay, your ticket, your booking details. What I'm doing is your booking details is mentioned, something like this one. Okay, now here, after printing your booking details message, I will also print one confirmation, so border line at the bottom. So details end here. So something like this one. So first of all, I want to print the PNR number and the train details. So what I do is system.out.println. I say PNR is equal to, I say the actual PNR number that I have. So that is temp ticket dot get PNR, and then I give some space, and some 2 spaces. Okay, and then what I do is I will print the train number. Let's say the train number TRNO plus what I do is temporary ticket dot get booked train dot get train number. So I get the train number printed there. So I got the train number and the PNR. Next, what I need to do is I need to do the similar thing, something like so. So instead of repeating this temp ticket dot get book train, I will first of all take the book train here itself. So here, let's say train temp train is equal to temp ticket dot get booked train. So from this temp train, I can then get the train number. So this is how I want to print it. So let's say temp train dot get train number. Now here what I'm doing is I say train name is equal to I say I can let's say some colon sign, and then I can say let's say temp train dot get train name, and then let's say I will print the from station and to station. Okay, from station colon, and then I say temp train dot get from station, and then I say some spaces, and then to station, and then plus, and then let's say colon, and then temp train dot get to station. So this is the to station, something like so. So we have printed from station to station and all the details. And then let's say date of journey, let's say what do you say, DOJ, date of journey is equal to, and then temp train dot get DOJ, and then that's it. So these are the details about this one. If you want to print the fare also, we can do that. I will let me show that, and then let's say I give this fare, and then let's say fare is equal to let's say temp train dot get fare. This is the actual fare. Total fare will be a different calculation. We'll do that. Okay, so something like this one. So, and this is done, and then let's take the list of passengers here. So list of so passenger, okay, passenger list is equal to temp ticket dot get passenger list. So this will give us all the passengers that are stored in this temporary ticket. So we need to iterate this one. So we need to get the actual fare, integer actual fare, integer let's say actual total fare is equal to temp train dot get fare multiplied by passenger list dot size. So this passenger list dot size will give us 3, and then this will give us 700, and we'll get this one here. This total fare we need to print in here. So what we need to do here, we can take one more space, something like this one, and then total fare is equal to then plus total fare, something like this one we have to print. And once this is completed, these are all the train details, fare details, and other details. After this one, we need to print one empty line, and then we need to print passenger info here. So passenger info below. So something like /n. This is actually, I'll give one more /n there. Passenger below, information below, something like this one. So this first /n, okay, let it be like that. Now inside this, what we need to do is we need to loop across this passenger list and then print all the details. So how do we do that? So let's say for passenger P colon passenger list, and then from this passenger list we need to get each passenger into this P, and then we need to print it. So in order to print that, so let's say system dot printf, f will take system dot out dot printf. Let's take okay, we just have only two variables, right? That's okay. System dot out dot println. What we do is p dot get passenger name, and then we use one tab there, and then plus p dot get passenger age. So these two details we want to print. And then before this one, we will print the title such as passenger name, and then we give some space, and then age, something like this one, and then that is over. So this entire show ticket details is going to print this one. So that is completed. I think we are almost done with this entire code. Let's go ahead and check any corrections if they are required. So first of all, when we run this particular one, we get a list of things. Now searching trains, system.out.println. Now searching for trains. Okay, so I'm searching for the trains, and this will print us the details. And then after that is completed, I will add one method here. Let's say system.out.println. Now booking tickets for three passengers in train number 101 or something, for example. Okay, and then after this one is completed, this booking will complete, and then I want to find the details. System.out.println. Now printing the passenger ticket details. Now printing the ticket details, something like this one. So let me try this program. Any corrections, we will understand them. So this is how we are trying to do that. Searching for the trains. So we have searched, this is for searching, and then we are booking tickets. Now booking tickets for three passengers in the train number 101. Tickets are booked. Now printing ticket details. I did not complete the code for that, so let me add that one. So here I need to pass the PNR number. So that is ticket service dot show ticket details of PNR number as 1. So that will be because only one ticket is there, so that will be 1. So let's see that details. Now let's say I have something like this one. You can see your booking details, PNR number, PN number 1, train number 101, train name train 1 from station Hyderabad to station Bangalore, date of journey, fare, and total fare is 2400, and passenger information, this is passenger name, and this is age. Okay, now that we have deducted 3 tickets, we should go ahead and see whether this 100 has become as 97 or not. Let's call this method once again that we called at the beginning of this line. So I'm just calling this method one more time. This one should now give me, let's say I will give 2 /n and then /n. So this one should now, this time this one should now give me 97 seats because 3 seats have been updated from that. Let's go and see that. We should get the seats as 97. You see, this is 97 seats. And additionally, we also need to check the account balance, whether it is deducted 2400 or not. So in order to do that, before deducting the account balance, we will get the actual balance into one variable after creating this passenger. So what I do is I will take one actual balance in here. So let's say int initial balance is equal to b1 dot get balance. So this will give us 10,000, and then after booking is completed, I will get the actual balance. So what I do is okay, system, so integer balance after booking tickets, tickets is equal to b1 dot get balance. Now I can print both initial balance and this one. Initial balance is equal to, I can say this one as plus initial balance, and then I can say balance after booking. Okay, balance after booking, I can say this one, something like this one, balance after booking. So this one should give us some 10,000, and this one should give us something deducted from it. Let's go and see that. So something like this one. So we get the initial balance as 10,000, and then balance after booking is 7,600. So everything is working as expected, except this, alignment is not a big focus for us. And this is how the train reservation system works. This has been a pretty lengthy video. I tried my best to reduce the length, but even then it took so long. So thanks for watching, and please drop in your comments and doubts. I will help with your questions. Thank you once again.